Can't believe it. Somebody stole a part off the cheap Jeep at Walmart. It's one of the first big, I think it's the first time I ever left it in the parking lot. Locked it up, and I come back, and the headlight bezel is missing. It was even unscrewed, no screws to be found. So somebody suggested I might call the parking lot video to take a look at it. I guess I will. But anyway, today we changed, put a new battery and put all new battery cables, from all the ground cables and the starter cable. So I'm about to show you how that worked. I have another video, and I'll put it at the end of this video, which is a little bit more detailed on how to do that. But I'm always looking for tool deals, and I found something, but I needed some really small wrenches, and AutoZone had the performance tool line for those little bitty small ignition wrenches on sale clearance for $7.99, so I bought the set. I don't use them very much, but when you need them, you need them. This is what they look like. The metric set, which I imagine I'll use the most, goes from, it's got 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so it doesn't skip any sizes. In comparison, this is the 10 millimeter. It's really thin. This is a little Craftsman small one that I had, and you can see it's a lot thicker. Probably made better, but I don't know, that might be a Chinese Craftsman. Anyway, when you need something like that, you need it. And so for $8, $7.99 each, that's probably what they're worth. I think AutoZone originally had them for $14.99 each. I wouldn't pay that, but for $8, you know, it's worth it when you need it. Another problem I had was had a check engine light, a PO1493, and what that is, OBD2 code, is a temperature, the battery temperature sending unit. And this is on the bottom of the battery tray, but if you take a look right here, you see there's a little fray in that wire, so I think that was grounding out, causing this to fail. So hopefully I can just fix that and get rid of that code. Otherwise, I have to buy a new one. They're like $37. So I've got it hooked to an ohm meter, and see how it's going down because I started heating it. If you heat it, it should start dropping, and it's dropping like a rock, so that's good. So that means it still works. That short must have been it. Right there. They make liquid electrical tape for stuff like this, but I don't have any, so I'm going to put some clear silicone on there, build that up. That's like an insulator, and then wrap it in electrical tape. This sensor goes in here. And I think what was happening, it was grounding. In fact, I can see it. It was grounding right there. I think I'm going to, oh yeah, it definitely was grounding. We're going to make some new battery cables and ends. I've got these military style battery cables. I also have these Chinese style that I got off of eBay. Both of them actually got off of eBay. These are made in USA. These are actually, they call them military style. I don't know if the military uses them or not, but these are like what the blue headlight clear tail light folks use for stereos. I'm going to go with the military style. As you see, the only part that would touch the post of the battery is these two little rings on here. And this is not lead. This is some kind of tin. Well, this is may not be fully lead. It's probably a mixture, but it's very heavy and heavy duty, and you will get the entirety of the surface. As you can see, positive, I got two sets here, and negative. These are actually sized. And another thing is that the cool thing about these is that you have a 3/8 bolt and you have a 5/16 bolt. So if you get a 3/8, make a 3/8 cable or an accessory, it'll go right on that one. If you've got a 5/16 hole, which are the two common sizes, it will go right on that one. So a lot of Jeep folks use these. They're very heavy duty, easy to use, and much better than these universal auto parts type nastiness. This isn't the one on the Jeep, but the one on the Jeep is similar to this, but these are garbage compared to these. So what you're going to need is some ends. You're going to need an assortment, whether you want the 5/16 or you want a 3/8 version. You can get them. I got these at Tractor Supply. They're actually cheaper. They're the same exact thing that Harbor Freight sells, but this one's got I'm at Harbor Freight, excuse me, AutoZone. I needed one of these for a project. I don't know what this is, but that has a little 1/4-inch stud, but who knows if I'll need that. And you're going to need some cable. I got this cable at Tractor Supply a while back. This is 4-gauge. I got plenty of that to make a positive. And the negative, the ground, I've got a few feet of that. I think I'm going to have enough to at least do majority of that. This is actually 2-gauge. I bought this stuff a long time ago. These, obviously, copper, very expensive. And I got a previous video on this. This is a cool little crimper I got from eBay. They sell it on Amazon and some other stuff. And basically, when you put your thing down in here, it's spring loaded, so it holds. And then you get you a BFH like this, and bam, and it will do an awesome crimp. So a 3/8 stud is about that when you decimal point it out inches. So let's see what it shows on this caliper. This caliper is probably not very accurate. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so you see that's pretty close. And then of course over here for your 5/16, it shows 0.27, but I'm probably in the middle. There you go, 0.30, in the middle of a thread there. This is kind of cheap. These XJs are notorious about bad grounding. You see this Chinchy wire. That's the AutoZone specials, I guess, that previous owner put on there. You got one that goes all the way down to the starter. So I'm going to change this one. This ground goes to the engine block. It goes to the fire, to the whatever this is here. And then I'm going to change the one that goes from the alternator to this fuse box. I don't know if I'm going to do it all today, but I'm going to get the main ones done. So, let's get started. One quick note about this battery. This is a Walmart special. It's an 800 cold cranking amp 3-year free replacement. Now, after some research, this battery, it says that MKTD, that's not manufactured, that's marketed by Walmart. This battery is made by Johnson Controls, the same exact batteries that AutoZone sells. They have this exact same battery, same casting, same mold, same everything, same specifications. It was $119 at Walmart and it's $159 at AutoZone. So And they're decent batteries. They're, you know, this is not going to be an off-road fiend, but for 3-year free replacement, this is the best deal I found locally. This stuff is a booger to cut, and I don't have any large wire cutter, so we're going to use this. Another thing you got to make sure is that not only is your bolt hole size right, but that this end, see this says 2, that's for 2 gauge wire. And this is 2 gauge wire. That's for 4 gauge wire. So this is very simple. This is how you do it. You push that on there, get that right in the middle, and then give it a big whack right here. And that's what it looks like when you're done. That is a solid crimp. See, it triangulates this. Focus, focus, there you go. So see, that's not round anymore. It scoops it up like a little V, and then it smashes it right there with that little cross pattern. That is not coming out. Alright, I got this one done, and add a little heat shrink to it, and then it'll be done. Now you got a professionally made heavy-duty cable, much better than you can buy, custom make it. Just spend a little. That's only $19. These are like $3 a pack. Tractor Supply's got the best price on these. These are like $10 for 2 pair or something like that. I mean, it's super cheap. So the most expensive thing you're going to have is the cable. You might can find it cheaper. I got this a long time ago at Tractor Supply. This is like $60 a roll now. Alright, here's a comparison. The old grimy one and the new one. Twice the size. Alright, I got this one ran. It goes all the way down to here, as you can see. And it will come up and sit on this bolt right here. The little short ground strap I made is going to go from the front to the body. Now I just got to do these positives. Now, look how weak these are. Well, they don't look too bad, but all right, you definitely want to change this one right here. This one is your power cable for your starter. It goes all the way up to the battery. And yes, since you want to know, that is the original starter. Behold. Now, if you still got your original starter, you got to get this piece off. That's, I guess, your starter solenoid. This is bolted to the block. That's the original power wire, so we're going to replace this one right here. Alright, I took the original starter off to clean it up and take a look at it, and as you see, Chrysler Corporation, it is the original starter, but the reason this thing still lasts more than most Chrysler products is because of this right here, made in Japan. In 2000, unfortunately, the Japanese electronics like this were a lot better, and they were smart for in these Jeeps for putting these starters in there. They may have been made by Nippon Denso. Not sure. I'm going to clean this up and find out. Alright, this is the post degrease and pressure wash evaluation. As we see, it is a Mitsubishi starter. Mitsubishi is not what they used to be, that's for sure. But anyhow, I've degreased it, and since it is the original starter, you know, we must behold it. Alright, I'm gonna put a little dielectric grease on this right here, and then on the terminal up there where I've got the new one, I'm going to spray some of this battery protection spray. As you can see, that corrosion protection stuff is red. Alright, this is what it looks like. Ground to the body, ground to the motor. This goes all the way down to the starter, and this goes to the fuse box there, and this goes right on top of it. And then for a later date, I'll change that alternator wire, but that's for later. Another interesting thing about the cheap Jeep, it's from Delaware. I looked this Jeep dealership up. It's Burton Jeep in Milford, Delaware, and that's a long way from where I live.